This tutorial will help you make your own transformer mechanics. The basic idea conceptually is you're going to take two visually identical puppets, delete the bones out of one, and toggle visibility on or off each body part. That blends with the animation of the transform. There is a more advanced process that I will not be covering in this video that uses additional sculpts for a vehicle mode, as we can get away with just using the two puppet method for this character. You'll want to turn on X-ray and uncheck preview invisibility to start off. First off, I'm going to delete the secondary puppet that is used for the transformation animation and then clone the primary puppet to start from scratch. You want to add the clone to the primary puppet after cloning by scoping into the first with the shift button. The secondary puppet must be connected in the group with the primary puppet. They need to be attached this way so they move together. I've also been tinkering with a different method that I won't be covering in this video. It instead uses teleporter gadgets and tags on the body parts to move into position when needed. It looks promising, but I haven't had the time to fully flesh it out yet. Okay, great, I've just added it to the group by scoping while holding the clone over the primary puppet. Let's move the secondary puppet side by side with the primary so we can see what we're doing. We will move it back on top of the primary when we are finished. So far so good. As you can see, selecting the primary puppet when scoped all the way out also selects the secondary puppet. By the way, this character model was created by Captain T-Dog, who makes other excellent characters, and I suggest you go check him out. I'll leave a link to his indreams.me page in the description. I should also add, it may be a good idea if you name each body part of both puppets with unique identifiers. For instance, I name the primary puppet Bones and the secondary puppet either No Bones, Deboned, or Boneless. Then I would name their respective parts something like Bones left hand or Boneless right foot. Scope into the secondary puppet and open all of its body parts' physical properties tweak windows. Make sure you're not recording as you click the visibility eyeball on every page, turning visibility off. We want that puppet invisible at the start of the scene. Stamp down a timeline and add a keyframe to the beginning of it. Open up the keyframe's properties and check that linear smoothing is turned on. Clone the keyframe and move it a bit to the right. Start recording with the second keyframe and then open up the physical properties page of the tweak menu for every primary puppet body part. Click the eyeball icon to the off position in every tweak window for the primary puppet so that they're all invisible. Close Tweak menu for all primary puppet parts and open up Tweak menus for all secondary puppet's body parts, once again navigating to the Physical Properties page. If keyframe number 2 is still recording, then click the eyeball icons to turn visibility on. Stop recording. Now if you scrub from the first keyframe to the second, you should see both puppets swapping visibility. Note, you may have to turn preview invisibility back on to see that effect. Now open up to the structure page of the secondary puppet showing the skeleton of connectors and delete them. Now delete those connectors on the puppet itself. Now we animate the transformation. Add a new keyframe to the timeline and start positioning the parts of our secondary puppet where they need to go. Add additional keyframes as needed. I'll let this section of the video play out for a bit. Note that what you're watching was just a quick example. To make it look good requires patience and time, and so this is just to show you the basics of how to do it. The more time you spend during this part, the better the final outcome will be. There will be one last topic after regarding how to play the timeline backwards to reverse the transformation. I've found several different configurations of this logic. They all share similar components. Shout out to Tap Giles for demonstrating a reverse timeline. Now is a good time to slide your secondary puppet back on top of the primary. Things you'll need are a timer, set to positional that outputs to the timeline's playhead. A slider, or two, a couple of keyframes. Basically you're keyframing the sliders at minimum and maximum values which drive the positional timer, that drives the playhead. There are many ways to configure this and I use a different method each time it seems. Experiment. To play audio backwards you can't use a timeline for that. You open the sound properties, navigate to granular synthesis and set the time stretch to -100. Hope this video helped. Leave a comment or question. Like. Subscribe. Roll out.